Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am back to talk about all of the fragrances that I wore last week. So a disclaimer about my makeup again. I just filmed a Chatty Get Ready With Me, and I did my makeup the way that I used to do my makeup in high school in the 90s. So that would be between like 1995 and 1998. And this is how I used to do my makeup. So if you think it looks weird, it probably does, because back then we didn't use concealer. Well, I didn't use concealer. I used powder foundation, and I put eyeliner under my eyes like this. So anyways, let's jump right into fragrances. So one of the first fragrances that I wore last week is this one here. This is a sample that was sent over to me by my beautiful friend Susan. This is Lattafa Artisan Ethnique. This girl, she's like a very popular TikToker. She comes up on my feed quite a lot. I really like her. I think her name is Dana Flaherty, maybe. She doesn't talk about fragrance, but sometimes she does. And she did a video about like her favorite perfumes, and she had a full bottle of this one, and I was like, oh, I think Susan sent me a sample of that, so let me try it out. And this is super nice, don't get me wrong, it's just not my cup of tea. I enjoyed wearing it. It was an absolute monster. I smelled like this for gosh, at least 12 hours. I mean, really until I took a shower the next day, I smelled like this. Yeah, it's very, very strong. It's nice. I think it's supposed to be a dupe for something else. I'll put it on the screen for you if I can figure it out. But it's really, really sweet. It's kind of like a tiny bit nutty. It's either got like caramel or praline or something like that in it. I do get a touch of something nutty, so there could be a nut in here. It could be just the way that two other notes are playing together. It's very like decadent smelling, very heavy smelling. It's a little too perfumey for me to consider a true gourmand. It's got like a little bit of I don't want to say powderiness, but kind of like a powderiness, like a fuzziness. It could possibly be like almond that's giving me the powdery, nutty thing that I'm smelling. I don't know. I haven't ever even looked up the notes on this. I do think it's got a little bit of cinnamon in it, which I love. I love any perfume that has cinnamon in it. And I do get maybe a touch of cinnamon from this. It's really nice. I think, again, people are picking this one up because it's supposed to be an affordable dupe of something, I think, expensive and niche, like a gourmand. It's really pretty. It's not a true gourmand. It does smell like something that I've smelled before. I just can't put my fingers on it. I love that I have a sample of it. I will definitely enjoy my sample, but this is not one that I would probably pick up a full bottle of. So that is Lattafa Artisan Ethnique. The bottle it comes in is really beautiful. It's very similar to the Lattafa Affection bottle, but it's got like a different design on it that's really pretty. Okay, next I pulled this baby out. This is a little bottle of a 4,160 Tuesdays fragrance called Hush Hush. This is the Eau de Toilette version. This is the fragrance that Claire or Smurfy Girly did in collaboration with 4,160 Tuesdays. I think they did 3 different formulations. They did an Eau de Toilette, an Eau de Parfum, and then maybe like an extrait or something. She said that her favorite formulation of it was the Eau de Toilette. Oh my gosh, and I love this fragrance so much. I don't know if this is available on their website or what, but this is kind of like it's a very light, sweet, kind of like candied violet, very soft, maybe a little bit of iris. It's got a really beautiful sweetness. I think it's from vanilla. Yeah, there's definitely a really beautiful, creamy, sweet, but still light vanilla. It's got a cleanliness to it. I would imagine maybe there's some kind of when this one dried down on me, I kept getting a whiff of this really beautiful floral. I feel like it was I don't know what floral it was, but it kind of smelled like Hedione, which I absolutely adore. I don't think it was Hedione, but it was something like Hedione, and it is stunning. It's like a very light, sweet floral. I do think this has violet in it as well. This is beautiful. It's a dreamy fragrance. It's sweet and very slightly creamy and light. Super easy to wear. If you like violet, I think you would really like this fragrance. It's a stunner. It is very, very long lasting too. This being an eau de toilette formulation, I thought would just dissipate quickly. It does not. I smelled like this for a good 10, 12 hours. I smelled the deep dry down of this one on me really until I took a shower the next day. I mean, it was so, so long lasting. And for being such a beautiful, kind of sweet, almost ethereal smelling fragrance, it is just stunning. I love this and I will hoard this. So that is 4,160 Tuesdays Hush Hush, which is Smurfy Girlie's fragrance that she did with the house, and it is a stunner. Okay, next I pulled out my Lush Vanillary. I think it was yesterday. It was freezing cold outside, really, really windy, and I just wanted something that was gonna be really cozy, comforting, and this definitely fits the bill. I love Vanillary. This is a fragrance that I've had in my collection since Lush launched perfumes. So this is such a nostalgic smelling fragrance for me. It just takes me right back to like 2010, and I just absolutely love it. When they launched their perfumes, I got a whole discovery kit that had every perfume that they made in it. And I fell in love with Vanillary immediately. There was another one, I think it was called Death and Decay, that I really loved. Lust, I really loved. Karma, I really love. I love Lush fragrances. I just think that they're so beautiful. There was one called Dirty that I feel like was a little bit more masculine. There were so many good ones, but yeah, I've just been in love with Vanillary ever since. This is a monster. You will smell like this until you wash it off, and it's not just on clothing. This is one you will smell on your skin until you wash it off. It's so, so long lasting and just beautiful. This is not a vanilla that I would recommend to like vanilla lovers. It's not a typical vanilla. This is vanilla, tonka, and jasmine. And it almost doesn't even smell much like vanilla. You get more jasmine really than anything, but it's not like a typical smelling jasmine either. This one's very hard to explain, but anytime I talk about this, like I always try to give the disclaimer. If you're a vanilla lover and you love just like gourmand vanillas or, even just kind of like any run-of-the-mill type vanilla, this might not be for you. So anyways, yeah, this is a comfort scent for me, and I just adore it. So that is Lush Vanillary. Okay, next I could not put away my Stella Rose Absolute until I wore it. I am so obsessed with this fragrance. I mean, truly, truly obsessed with it. I will never get sick of this. I remember this came out in 2003. I can't believe I'm even forgetting. I think it came out in 2003. And I used to be like religious about getting magazines. I loved magazines back then. To use like a Gen Z phrase, I was in my magazine era back then, and I used to buy Us Weekly, Vogue, just all of the fashion magazines. And I remember seeing an advertisement for the original Stella perfume and waiting for it to come out, just like waiting. I don't know why I was so like obsessed with Stella McCartney, but I just was like waiting for the fragrance to come out. As soon as it hit Sephora, I ordered it immediately. And I have never looked back since. It's been my favorite fragrance. And I would say that this is probably my favorite fragrance in the entire world. So anyways, yeah. I've got, here's Charlotte. I've got the Stella Rose Absolute. Those are eyelashes. Oh. I've got a new formulation of just the original Stella, which is not totally the same, but I do like it. And I've got a rollerball travel spray, a rollerball, like travel size rollerball, and a mini of the original formulation of it. And yeah, I would say this is my favorite perfume of life. Somebody asked me to do a video duping my unicorn fragrances, which I'm gonna do I'm gonna try, but I can already tell you I've never been able to dupe Stella.
Better like that.
Huh? I look better like this?
Yeah.
The way that I used to do my makeup in the 90s? This is how I used to do it.
But you look better now.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's amazing. This powder is like drying my face out like the Sahara Desert, but it's okay. But yeah, this is exactly, huh?
Isn't that what it's supposed to do?
I guess. I used to use a powder compact when I was in high school though. But this is exactly what my makeup looked like. This is how I did it.
You need to keep doing it like that.
It's crazy to have eyeliner under my eyes. It's just weird. So anyways, this is a monster of a fragrance too, being the original formulation. It's a tester bottle too. And yeah, it just lasted absolutely forever and I adore it. So that is my Stella Rose Absolute. Yeah, I'm gonna have a hard time duping that one, but there are a couple of fragrances on the market that are similar. Okay, next I pulled out my YSL Manifesto. I love this. I pulled this out because I got so many comments in my unicorn video in my first unicorn video about just different perfumes. And I was like, yes, that's a unicorn and I have it. Yes, that's a unicorn and I have it. And this is definitely one of them. Oh my gosh, I love Manifesto so much. This is the last that I have of the original formulation. I've got another big bottle of I think it's the L'Eclat, or I think there were two Manifesto flankers. It's one of the flankers. But anyways, I haven't worn the real Manifesto for a long time because usually when I want to wear Manifesto, I just wear my Women's Secret, Oh My Secret, because it smells, very similar to it. But I pulled out the real thing and wore this and I love it. You can see like how concentrated that vanilla and tonka in it has gotten, and it's such a gorgeous fragrance. I don't know why YSL ever discontinued this. It is perfection. So beautiful. I used to think that this and Addict smelled very similar, and I do think that they have some similarities, and I think this has got jasmine in it too, if I remember correctly. And there are some similarities, but they're so different from each other. At this point in my life, I don't know that I would even compare them anymore. And it could be because, no, I don't think I would even compare them. My Manifesto is really like aged and beautiful now. But even a fresh bottle, I definitely don't think I would compare at all. But anyways, that is YSL Manifesto. Okay, next I pulled out my Dior Poison Girl Unexpected. I love this. It smells like Poison Girl, but it's just got a like hefty dose of ginger in it. And really, well, I was gonna say really you only smell the ginger when you very first spray it, but that's not true. It really, this time that I wore it, I really could smell the ginger quite a lot. This used to be a very poor performing perfume on me, like really bad. Which is why I have such a huge dent in this. When I wear this, I have to spray on like 10 or 12 sprays. So it's one of those fragrances that has a huge dent, even though I've only worn it probably a handful of times. It's got a huge dent because I have to overspray it so much. But this time that I wore it, I still did have to overspray it quite a bit. I still did do probably like 10 sprays. But I was able to smell it for a good like 4 to 6 hours, which is the best this has ever performed on me. I love this. It's really gorgeous. I love Poison Girl in general. Does Dior make a dupe of Poison Girl? I need to look. If you guys know, and if any of you have it, let me know, and let me know if it's a good dupe. I really want a bottle of Poison Girl, the EDP formulation. I used to have a bottle of the EDT formulation, but it performed so badly on me that I just had to let it go. This one I keep because it's the unexpected flanker, and there was no way I was ever going to get rid of this, but I really want a bottle of the EDP formulation. I had a Middle Eastern fragrance at one point that was a dupe of it, but I cannot for the life of me remember. I think it was an Armaf fragrance, but I cannot for the life of me remember. So anyways, I would just like a bottle of just the original, like the real thing, the EDP formulation, because I've heard that it performs way better than the EDT. And that it's just like more syrupy smelling and just like stronger in general. So, but yeah, this is beautiful. It's like Poison Girl, but with ginger, and it's gorgeous. It's sweet, syrupy, youthful smelling, really, really gorgeous. So anyways, that is Poison Girl Unexpected from Dior. This is an eau de toilette as well. Okay, and then last but not least, this is not the last perfume I wore. I did test a couple of the new Dior fragrances that I got, but I do want to haul those before I put them in what I wore last week video. So the last fragrance that I wore that wasn't one of those Diors is this one here. This is my Cocoa Pink Tahoda dupe. I feel like this is the one that I said I was going to test and let you guys know if it had gotten any better as far as like performance goes. And I made sure not to put on, because a lot of the time I will layer this over my knee matte vanilla oil because they smell very, very similar. And the knee matte vanilla oil just helps this to last longer. But I put this on just by itself just to see how this wears. And my bottle has concentrated so much at this point. I do have a little bit of evaporation because last time I have not used this much of this. So there has definitely been some concentration and some evaporation that has happened with this. Which does not make me mad because this is performing beautifully now. I can get a good like 6 to 8 hours out of this fragrance. I don't think that I need to layer this over an oil anymore. It's just beautiful on its own. I've had this for probably like 4 years now, so it took that long for it to get to this point, but I don't mind because these are so affordable, and I don't want to pay $250 or whatever for the actual Tahoda. So I'm fine buying a dupe like this and then just letting it sit. I did just pick up the Dior dupe of this. So we're going to test that one and see. I don't think it'll take as long to get to this point, but, yeah. Anyways, I'm really happy with this one. It has concentrated a ton. It's evaporated a little bit, and it's stunning. It's just the most beautiful, like super mellow vanilla extract kind of vanilla. It's sweet, but it's not like overly sweet. And it's just like this really beautiful, true vanilla scent. I love it. It's gorgeous. I love Cocoa Pink too. Just one of my favorite indie houses. And yeah, I think with a lot of the Cocoa Pink scents, the longer you let them sit, the better they're gonna get. So anyways, that is Cocoa Pink Tahoda. And that is gonna be it, you guys. Those are all of the fragrances that I wore last week. I do hope that you all enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.